As Electoral Council, chairperson of the Electoral Council, I would like to express our gratitude to have been invited by the members of the Parliament in order to give answers to any questions that relates to our functioning and our tasks with regards to the upcoming elections as they are scheduled. And appreciate that we get the opportunity to give answers that are needed, and maybe you will give us some special questions from the floor, and that needed a little bit more consideration. Just, I do not know how far those questions will go.
I have some basic questions for the Electoral Council. The first is, what is your raison d'etre? What is the reason for your existence? It's very important, maybe not for the members in here, but definitely for the public at large so they can understand. Secondly, maybe you can go into some of the requirements of political parties here on duly registered on the island. And thirdly, if those requirements are not adhered to within the given period of time as stipulated by law, then what are the consequences thereof with regards to their participation in upcoming elections?
Without any further ado, I hereby, Madam Chair, pose the following questions to the Electoral Council, to you, Madam Chair. I'm starting, when was the Electoral Council established? When? Did all political parties and candidates of election 2014 comply with all the regulations? Did they comply with all the regulations? Can you inform us, to you, Madam Chair, of those that did and those that did not? Those that did and those that did not. And what were the infractions? What are the sanctions or penalties on those that did not pass? The sanctions, Madam Chair. Those that did not fulfill, Madam Chair, the necessary regulations, can they duly run in the next election, Madam Chair? To you, to the Electoral Council, can they duly run in the election, the next election? Did all parties that ran in the last election submit audit financial documents? I want to know that explicitly, without any doubt. Has the Algemene Rekenkamer General Audit, Madam Chair, received those financials? Madam Chair, has the Algemene Kamer General Audit made its finding known? Madam Chair, if the answer, the above answer is no, then when will they?
Madam Chair, there's much ambiguity in the community and abroad, because people are looking abroad as well, regarding the million-dollar question, will there be elections on February 9th? Madam Chair, through you, I would like to ask, in their role as the Electoral Council, can they give Parliament, as the elected representatives of the people, their view on the matter? And to be more specific, answer, will there be an election? Are there any obstacles keeping the process from moving forward? Can they explain the December 15th deadline? Is everything in place? And this includes with the main voting bureau. What exactly can stop the process? According to the General Audit Chamber, they have rendered an advice to the Electoral Council on the financial statements of political parties It's in the possession now of the Electoral Council. Can the Electoral Council give us the content of the advice, or at least the gist of the advice? Madam Chair, I also sent a letter to your person as President of Parliament, and in that letter I would like to share it with the Electoral Council and would like to also get their input regarding their view on electoral reform and whether or not what I'm asking can stop the process. And the letter is dated November 25th, 2015. It says, to the President of Parliament of St. Martin, Sarah Westcott Williams, whether elections are held or not, there's a need for a thorough reformation, revamping of our laws. We cannot concentrate only on one or two specific areas, namely ship jumping. The following areas must also be addressed. I listed 9 points. The lack of synchronization with the Constitution on the electoral laws and the electoral laws, accurate data on voting population, as there are conflicting results from the Civil Registry and the Statistics Department. 3, new laws to accommodate the expansion of seats in Parliament based on the registered population, which stands almost to 60,000 according to Article 45 of the Constitution. 4, insufficient space and places for polling stations. Article 50 of the Constitution that allows parliamentarians to remain in their seats even though they are under investigation or have been found guilty to a certain degree. 6, the appointment of ministers. The ability to allow students living in the Dutch Kingdom the opportunity to vote. The initiative law has been sent to the Council advice and it has been returned. 8, the need to create a separate voting registry system allowing Dutch St. Martiners living on French St. Martin the opportunity to vote without being registered in the basic administration, which corrupts the data. And lastly, the need to screen candidates being placed on list. It states here, Madam President, there's a need for an academic debate on electoral reform, where we can have the opportunity to evaluate and ultimately debate what is best for St. Martin.
Bob, I can understand why you're parking so carefully. Of course, when you can get 80% discount on your Be Sure car insurance. But that's overdoing it, Bob.
Are you be sure? Be sure.
Yeah! Hey, Bob, you're on family vacation. Oh, but your daughter's got the measles. But don't worry about it. With your Be Sure travel insurance, children under 12 are covered for free.
Are you be sure? Be sure.
Yeah, for free.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
Need a loan that's quick and easy. Island Finance. Up to 50,000 guineas real easy. Island Finance. For education, a renovation. That's no problem. Yes, it's true. That's not all. They're quick and friendly too. Island Finance. Appliances, vacations, even fix your car. You can depend on Island Finance.
That bucket has superpowers. Powers? It makes people suddenly appear. Really?
You're here.
It makes people suddenly appear.
At the right time.
Festive feast from KFC. The taste that brings everyone together. So good.
I'm feeling funny, man. I feel like I'm getting a pain in my chest.
I got this.
You sure?
Yes. It's 30 breaths and 2 compression. Give her here.
Oh, Monique, look, she waking up.
No, Fernand. It is not 30 breaths and 2 compressions. It is 30 compressions and 2 breaths. CPR can be done in 3 simple steps. Step 1, check and call. Step 2, press down or pump. Step 3, blow.
I got it now. It's 30 compression and 2 breaths.
Yes.
Right. CAB.
I would like to focus a little bit on the prevention of conflict of interest, because it is being circulated in the public that because the governor was appointed by the National Alliance and that the term is coming to an end, that you have the possibility of a potential conflict of interest. Would it be in your scope to make sure that that potential conflict of interest does not ruin the good name of our good governor? In your presentation as well, you also said, by quoting Hillary Clinton, that voting is the most precious right of every citizen, and we have a moral obligation to ensure the integrity of our voting process. Do we still stand by this and ensure that St. Martin has that right as well? When it comes to the financial administration process, it says that annual report and financial statements of political party to be made available for public inspection. My question is, are they all available for public inspection? When it comes to the financial records, it says parties and candidates involved are obligated to provide all requested information and to allow an inspection of their financial administration. Has this been done? The Electoral Council may also request to be able to inspect all books, data carriers, to take copies and to remove them temporarily for that purpose. Has this been done, or does it need to happen? When it comes to the enforcement of the Electoral Council, it says that the Electoral Council is authorized to impose an order subject to penalty with regards to infringements of regulations for parties and its candidates in paragraph 3 of the National Ordinance, Article 43. Have any penalties been imposed? And as far as enforcement is concerned, it also says that the offender may file an objection against
the imposition of the order or appeal to the administrative court. Has any objections been made? And has any appeals been made to the administrative court?
I'm in politics for a while. And when you are in politics for a while, you experience quite a lot of things. And today I am going to share with you, Madam Chair, and all who are listening, an experience of yesterday's evening. Yesterday evening, I received a visit from a gentleman, and he said he is from the Christian Party. He is sitting here today. And after receiving the gentleman and his wife, I believe, in my office, he told me that he came in the name of the Lord, and that my time in the National Alliance was preparatory, and that now I am supposed to come and join the Christian Party. Madam Chair, this is not a joking matter for Rudolph Samuel. I explained to the gentleman that if I was not strong in my faith, if I did not believe in God, he would move me. But that I am a national alliance, and I pray to God, and I am in the national alliance, and God put me there, and I believe that I can serve the people of St. Martin from the national alliance. Madam Chair, I also explained to the gentleman that complying to his request has consequences. I also told him politics is politics. And what I do in politics, if he's a politician, he'll do in politics too. Madam Chair, I believe this is a very serious infringement on the way we live in this country, because we all believe in some God. And the way I have been, that I grow up, if you come to me and you tell me God spoke to you, you came in the name of the Lord, Madam Chair, this is wrong. These kind of things, if this is what's happening in St. Martin today, this is wrong. I also explained to the gentleman that if he did his homework, he would not have come to Rudolph Samuel, because every one of my colleagues would tell you, Samuel ain't going no way. He's National Alliance. He isn't there for the money. He isn't there for William Allen. He isn't there for nobody else but the people of this country. I took an oath to say what I have to say in this house without any reservations. I took an oath to represent the people of this country. And Madam Chair Lady, using the name of the God that I believe in, to ask me to leave my party to go in another party is jumping ship.
So what's your idea of holiday happiness? Watching the kids open presents? Cooking in our new kitchen? The look on his face. Add to your holiday happiness with a loan from Scotiabank, and you could win a trip for two to Miami and other great prizes. Visit your Scotiabank branch today and talk to a representative about getting your loan. Contest ends January 15th. Conditions apply. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
The issue of the outstanding debts, and specifically the ones to SZV and APS, which is a big part of what you are facing today. And I want to zoom in that context to the agreement that I thought was had and was in place with the APS as far as the new administration building on the pond field is concerned. The budget for payment of rent, etc., of the government is definitely over 10 million, somewhere around 12 million guilders from my last recollection. However, I, in a previous position, risk my political hide to allow the government of St. Martin to take that building and use it as a tool to reduce its debt to the APS. Mind you, a building for which the development agreement was signed in 2003, an agreement that basically put the responsibility of the so-called tenants' improvements, because remember, this building was delivered, it was agreed to be delivered as a shell. So the tenants' improvement for that building was put for the account of, firstly, the island territory and then country St. Martin. For years, litigations galore, etc., etc., government had a hard time finding the money to complete that building and be able to move in. When after many court cases, you name it, presentations to get loan, finally it was agreed, we got an agreement for a loan for the government building to pay off for it and to complete it. That's my reference to risking my political hide to basically give it to the Minister of Finance to reach an agreement to reduce the debt of the country, St. Martin. 2013, that agreement was signed. And my question would be that I would like a report from you through the chairman on what is the status today that that agreement is not yet finalized, and thus the amount that we owe to APS from all accounts still stands at the original amount, because the reduction that would have been provided had the agreement for the government building gone through, that amount cannot be deducted because that agreement has not been finalized. And I really would like you, again, not necessarily for me, but for the people of St. Martin, to explain in understandable terms where we're at and what is the issue there. When we thought 2 years ago that basically we could have easily reduced the debt of the APS.
The clarification is that in the casino sector, I'm informed that there's 13 million in arrears. And the only reason that it has not been collected is that because the receiver of taxes has to go a different route to collect this. Normally she has the authority already to use marshals to take necessary action to collect taxes, but as far as this amount is concerned, she needed a mandate that would authorize her in a civil track that you have to follow to collect these monies.